And good morning. Today's video is viewer's request, so I will explain what we will be doing today. I was asked by one of our viewers if I can make weapon rotation to look like the one in the Gungeon game. So as you can see here, first weapon is pointing where the aim is, and it's rotating in a hand, and if we go past some position, it's the player switches hands. So that's what we will code: the rotation of the weapon and to switch the hands. So let's get started. First, let's create empty folder. Let's rename it for the player, and let's reset the transforms here, and let's choose graphic for our player. We need two hands, so I think this one will be okay. Let's make it child of the player, and let's take our weapon, and I want to stack the weapon inside game object, so let's rename it weapon holder. And let's move weapon graphic under weapon holder, and let's make everything child of the player. Okay, so hide for now the player and rotate the weapon to point, not the player, the weapon. Let's rotate here the graphic of the weapon to point according to our transform up. Here let's reset everything, and the weapon positions should also be 0. Okay, everything is 0 here. Perfect. Now let's add the gold dot. So now let's move our graphic of the weapon somewhere here. This is the point of our rotation of our weapon. So when we will hide our player, let's move our weapon to be on the hand of our player. In the Gungeon game it was behind the player hand, but for this tutorial let's make it on front of our hand to see everything correctly, how it works. Okay, so now we can create script. Let's name it weapon rotation, and let's attach it to our weapon holder. Okay, still compiling, and yeah, it's fine now. Okay, where is my script? Now it's here. Okay, let's start Visual Studio and let's get to scripting. As we just mentioned, our weapon is rotating after our mouse. So first variable we need is our mouse pose. Let's store it under vector2 mouse pose. To get our mouse position, we need to get the mouse position on the screen, and we need to make that position like a word position. So let's write camera dot main screen to word point to get the point in X and Y dimensions on our screen, and let's write input dot mouse position. Okay, with that line we convert our position of the mouse to our local position, so it's the same position as you can see here. Okay, toward position. Okay, and what we want to do next, we'll rotate our weapon to our mouse position. So let's write code for that function. Void rotate to mouse position, and here we need to find direction from our weapon to our mouse position. So first we'll write vector2 direction to mouse pos is equal to our mouse pos, which is seen on our camera here, minus new vector 2 dot from its vector of the transform position x and this transform is position of our game object to which the script is attached to. So we attach it to weapon holder. So this is the position we just reference to. Yeah, this one. Okay, so now we'll have like our mouse is here. So this will be our direction to our mouse. Okay, and now we need to rotate our weapon to that direction. So this will be transform dot up is equal to new vector 2 of direction to mouse pos dot x direction to mouse pos dot y. And let's use this in the update. Sorry, here we should check our mouse position in our update function, not on our start. Let's have it in our update. Mouse pos here. Okay, so let's test it if it works. Okay, nice. Our weapon is rotating in our hand, similar as it was on Gungeon game, but two things. One, first thing is that we need to switch hands, and the second, we will also need to flip the graphic of our weapon. So let's first change our hands. For that, we'll be needing variables. It will be public transform so the position of our left hand and our position of our right hand. We'll also need our position of our player. So let's make player transform. I will explain it in a while. I will explain it why. Because our condition to switch our weapons. Okay, let's go to Unity. We switch our hand to the left and right when our weapon when our aim or mouse position will be over the player. So if our mouse will be on right hand side of our player, we'll switch to the right hand, and if our mouse will be on the left hand, the side of our player, we'll switch to our left hand. Okay, so let's create our positions for our player. So if our mouse dot x will be less than player transform dot position dot x, we want to our game object be our left hand position. So what it will do, it will check if our mouse position x, so as you remember, this is x positions, this is y position. So if our mouse position x will be less than our transform, so player transfer position, so we'll be on the left hand side of our player, we want to change our transform of our object to left hand. And we will make opposite condition to this one. So let's change here. And we can copy this one also, and it will be our right hand side position. Okay. For Unity to know where is our transform, we need to provide it somehow for our variable. So as you can see here, we need to create those reference points. So create empty, rename it to left hand, and let's add like red dot here to not confuse any. Oh, this is orange, this is red, to not confuse anything. So let's move our let's first reset everything, and let's move our left hand over our left hand. And similar thing for our right hand. Okay, so let's make our right hand somewhere here. So now let's go to our weapon. Let's put our reference here. This is right hand. And let's move our player transform here. Okay. I didn't save the scene. Okay, so Control S on the scripts. And let's press play. And let's check what happens. Nice. So as you can see here, when I move over the mouse, the hand is changed. But as you can see here, this is a strange look of our weapon. We need to flip this graphic looks correctly, but here it looks strange. So I want to flip our graphic. So when we are on the left hand side, let's make we need weapon reference for our sprite renderer. So let's write public this will be reference for our sprite of our weapon. So now we can call weapon graphic dot flip y is equal to true. So this is when we switch our weapon position to our left hand, and here let's make it false. Okay, so now let's test how everything works. We didn't make any reference here. So our weapon graphic, let's take it here, and let's do the test. So as you can see here, our weapon flipped. This is perfect. This is how it works on the Gungeon game for the weapon. So this is all I have for this episode. If you want something more, like you have struggled with some scripts or something, just let me know. I will try to make video on that. And if you liked this video, please put the thumb up and do not forget to subscribe. Thank you very much and have a nice day.